Ever feel like the more you think about your swing, the worse it gets? One minute you're trying to keep your left arm straight, the next you're halfway through your backswing, wondering if you should be hanging your wrists easier. And before you know it, the ball's in the trees. Yeah, we've all been there. Most swing thoughts are too technical, too confusing, and they fall apart under pressure. But some, a very small handful, actually work. They're simple, easy to remember, and they work when your brain's going 100 miles an hour. So in this video, we're breaking down 5 swing thoughts that actually work, and why they do. Before we dive in, a quick reality check. Everyone swings differently. There's no one-size-fits-all swing thought. But what we're talking about today are the cues that have stuck with players, from weekend hackers to tour-level ball strikers. These aren't technical swing breakdowns. No biomechanics, no external rotation of the scapula. Just thoughts that are simple enough to remember mid-round, and effective enough to make a difference. Some of them come from top coaches, while others embody old-school wisdom that remains relevant for some reason. But all of them are tested. So let's kick it off with number 1. This is probably the most useful cue for unlocking your backswing. Back to the target. This one's stupid, simple, but super effective. Turn your back to the target. That's it. On your backswing, just focus on getting your back. Literally the middle of your spine to face where you want the ball to go. It sounds basic, but it solves a bunch of issues at once. You stop swaying, stop lifting your arms, and actually rotate like you're supposed to. Guys like George Gankas, Clay Ballard, and even Adam Young have hammered this point home for years. Why? Because most amateur golfers don't complete their turn. They just pick the club up with their arms and call it a day. No coil, no power. But when you think back to the target, you're forcing a full body rotation. You're loading into your trail side, creating natural torque, and setting up a better sequence without having to micromanage your hips, knees, or shoulders. Here's a good image. Imagine someone standing behind you trying to read the logo on the back of your shirt. If they can read it during your backswing, you're in business. And no, you don't need to overdo it. You're not trying to twist yourself into a pretzel. Just a full athletic turn where your back points to the target by the top. If you struggle with distance, consistency, or getting stuck at the top, this one thought might clean all that up. Try it on the range, keep it loose. Think back to the target, and just let everything else follow. Swing through, not to the ball. This one's a classic for a reason, because it fixes a sneaky problem most players don't even realize they have. Have you ever watched an amateur swing and noticed they almost stop their club right at the ball? Like they're scared to go past it? That's called deceleration, and it kills both power and consistency. Instead of a smooth, flowing swing, you get chunks, thin shots, or fat contact. Coaches like Butch Harmon and many tour pros preach this all the time. Your swing doesn't end at the ball. The ball is just something you happen to hit on the way to a full finish. Think about throwing a baseball. Would you stop your hand when the ball leaves your fingers? Of course not. You follow through naturally. Golf is no different. The cue here is simple. Think about swinging through the ball, not to it. Visualize your club head traveling past the ball and wrapping around your shoulder. The more you commit to that through motion, the better your timing and tempo become. You'll also avoid casting, that early release of your wrists, which is a common cause of loss of distance. Try this on the range. Focus on hitting the ball, then let your club keep moving toward your target like you're finishing a long punch. It might feel weird at first, but it'll help you build momentum and strike the ball cleaner. Stay tall. Alright, here's one that's often overlooked but super important. Stay tall. No, this doesn't mean standing like a robot or forcing your spine straight. It means keeping an athletic, upright posture throughout your swing, especially at setup and into your backswing. Why? Because when you collapse or slump, a bunch of bad things happen. Your swing gets inconsistent, you lose power, and your low point shifts forward, leading to topped or thin shots. Studies from instructors in places like Golf Tech show that losing posture is a huge reason amateurs top their shots. Here's a good way to think about it. Imagine you're a string running from the top of your head down through your hips, and that string stays taut during the swing. You don't want it slack. Some people get confused and think tall means stiff or frozen. Nope, you want a slight athletic bend in the knees, a relaxed spine angle but not slouching. Try this. At setup, pretend there's a string pulling the crown of your head slightly up and back, like you're standing proud but relaxed. Then keep that feeling as you start your backswing. When you feel yourself fold or drop, remind yourself to stay tall. It's a great cue to improve balance, sequencing, and ultimately, consistent ball striking. Pause at the top. This one's a classic for a reason. The simple idea of pausing at the top of your backswing can make a huge difference, especially if you tend to rush your transition. A lot of amateur golfers get eager, they swing back, and before their body and club are ready, they rush down, which usually leads to casting, coming over the top, or losing sequencing. Top players like Fred Couples and Hideki Matsuyama show this naturally. Their swings have a slight, almost imperceptible pause at the top. It's not a freeze, but a moment of control. This pause helps your body collect itself, improves timing, and lets your lower body start the downswing smoothly instead of rushing. Here's a mental trick. Imagine pausing for just a split second at the top, not actually stopping, but holding your rhythm just enough to avoid rushing. Try it next time you practice. Count 1.2 in your head at the top before starting the downswing. This mental pause slows things down just enough to let your body sequence correctly without rushing. Over time, this thought helps you stay relaxed and smooth through your swing. You'll find your shots become more consistent, and it even helps you avoid common mistakes caused by anxiety and tension. It's a simple cue that fights against nervous energy, letting your swing flow instead of flailing. Left armpit to left hip. Alright, last but definitely not least, one of my favorites and a real game changer for your downswing. Left armpit to left hip. This might sound weird at first, but it's a brilliant mental image that helps keep your arms connected to your body on the way down, stopping those wild, out-of-control swings that slice or pull. Coaches like Monte Scheinblum and the team at Me and My Golf swear by this cue, and for good reason. When your left arm stays connected to your left side during the downswing, you naturally get better sequencing. Your hips and torso lead, your arms follow, and the club stays on the right path. Imagine you're zipping up your jacket from your left armpit to your left hip as you start the downswing. That sensation encourages your arms to stay close to your body and prevents you from casting or swinging over the top. Two of the most common reasons for inconsistent ball striking. Because most amateurs have a tendency to throw their arms out early, which leads to a disconnect between body and club. This breaks the swing's kinematic sequence, the order your body should fire to maximize speed and accuracy. Keeping your connection allows the club to drop into the slot, the ideal path behind your body that leads to solid, powerful contact. Try this on the range. Focus on feeling your left armpit move down and toward your left hip during the downswing. It might feel strange, but it helps your body and arms work together instead of against each other. Quick recap of the 5 swing thoughts that actually work. Back to the target. Focus on a full turn and better rotation. Swing through, not to the ball. Keeps your tempo smooth and avoids quitting at impact. Stay tall. Maintains posture and balance, especially during takeaway. Pause at the top. Slows down your transition and improves sequencing. Left armpit to left hip. Promotes connection and prevents over-the-top swings. Now here's the key. Don't overload your brain by using all 5. Pick one, just one. Stick with it for a few rounds and see how it feels. If it clicks, great. If not, swap it out for another. The goal isn't to fix your swing overnight, it's to find one thought that helps you swing better when it counts. These cues are simple, clear, and designed to actually hold up under pressure. No jargon, no overthinking. Got a swing thought that works for you? Drop it in the comments, I want to hear it. And if this video helped, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned in for more amazing content.